Всем опять здорово. Я продолжу все-таки, додавлю этот Metal Gear Solid. А, В принципе, игра такая неплохая. Типа ж Коджима, гений, все дела. Тем более я там снайперку получил. Ща, короче.
Boss, we've received a back-channel request from Langley. We're to find a piece of new American military hardware that's gone missing in the mountains of Afghanistan. It's a difficult mission, but I'd say you're back in top form by now. Check your iDroid for the details.
Please select a mission. Marker placed. Marker placed.
Извиняюсь.
Whoa, whoa!
Ну-ка, интересно, если я залезу куда-то где-то наверх и начну оттуда их убивать, что мне будет за это? О боже, ну ты... Ладно, давай здесь. Глушитель, конечно, было бы вообще в тему. Я себя еще и, блядь, попадам. Понял. Да ты посмотри. Что с моим аимом? Ух ты. Он ведь почти попал.
Guard post captured.
Чисто как КС СВПшки. Помазал, но ступил убил. Этот Коджима.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Whoa, whoa! Yeah.
когда я нажимаю на тормоз, ты можешь тормозить, лошадь? Спасибо. Кажется, он запалит тот блокпост. Ну и хер с ним. Пускай разбирается его проблемы. Так, лошадинка, не мешай. Блин, ну тут же ж кто-то должен быть, ну 100%. Вот танк. Убитый. Птички летают. Где они маскируются, сука? Где все?
The security forces must know something about the targets. After you grab or hold up an enemy, try interrogating them.
Это очень интересно. Ну, а где они? Опа, ну вроде. А, чё, блин? Оставляли.
Что это?
Ой-ой-ой.
Чёрт!
А быстрее.
Так!
Никакого контакта не было. Блять, ее уж допросить нельзя теперь. Где мне искать? Открываешься. Ну, одного я явно уже проебал. Он оглушен.
You have arrived at your destination.
Блять, ну как это на посту один человек? Ну, если он один всех может остановить, значит крутой боец, заберу на базу. Давай, чувак, удачного полета.
You gonna extract him?
Ну, я это уже и сделал даже. Опа, вот это уже хорошо. Ну, и где этот остановился?
Это! Враг! Прекратить огонь! Прекратить огонь!
Всем боевым группам! Это КП! Лагерь атакует! Все минимум! Готовы к бою!
Where are the others? Прекратить огонь! Прекратить огонь! Огонь!
Yes.
That's a serious injury. It won't heal on its own. You'll need to treat it with first aid.
Сука.
Boss, what happened? Boss!
Бля, ну я сейчас им покажу, нахуй. Сейчас такой скандал еще. Приехали они, блядь. Охуели.
The security forces must know something about the targets. After you grab or hold up an enemy, try interrogating them.
Бля, там еще. А таких тут нормально.
Talk.
The map has been updated. Commencing platform construction.
Ну и где? Так, блин. Ну и где?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Тэнкс. Как подойти? Опа. Вот это хорошо.
Spit it out.
The map has been updated.
Where are the others? Where are your friends? Where are your friends? Spit it out.
You gonna extract him?
Marker placed. Marker removed.
Интересно, в него попало или нет? Еще раз можно. Ну, вот это уже другой вроде. Он просто в шоке.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
You have arrived at your destination.
Приехали, ублюдки. Ой, где эта херня? Мне прям очень интересно.
Понял. Кругофа! Ау! С тобой все в порядке?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Это не понимаю, или как это? Куда мне идти? Захват чертежа, ну. А,
Marker
вот этот
placed.
сраный чертеж, чё. Как все сложно. Тут ничего интересного, да? Понял. Жаль.
You have arrived at your destination.
Так, значит, где-то здесь.
Side-op
That
complete.
material.
List
It could be
updated.
just what we need to develop new weapons and equipment.
Database. Development project has been added. Marker placed. Marker removed. Please select a landing zone. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Давай.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Whoa, whoa!
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly.
Side ops list
Boss,
updated.
we've received a back channel request from Langley. We're to find a piece of new American military hardware that's gone missing in the mountains of Afghanistan. It's a difficult mission, but I'd say you're back in top form by now. Check your iDroid for the details.
Ой, что ты от меня хочешь?
Development project has been added.
Kaz, what about the unit that attacked us in the mist? You knew something about them.
That wasn't my first run-in with them. It happened right before I was captured by the Soviets. We were on the Zero line that day, the Afghan side, on our way back from training the Mujahideen at a mountain camp in Kunar province. There's a lot of that work in Afghanistan. Most PFs shy away from it because it draws too much attention. But for us, that was the whole point. The job itself went great. We just had to make it back to a tribal area in Pakistan. But all of a sudden, visibility got real bad. It was no sandstorm. Our point man gave this strange report. He said he could see skulls in the mist.
Skulls?
The next moment, he went silent. We scrambled into formation, right before his arms and legs came raining down on us. It was always supposed to be a dangerous mission, so I had Diamond Dog's very best with me. We were calling out to each other. But one by one, their voices just went dead. Whatever happened to me, I lost consciousness before I knew it. When I came to, I was in a Soviet camp, tied to an interrogation chair.
Could they be some new Spetsnaz unit?
No. The ones that interrogated me were just the average rank and file. Whatever group attacked us, the way they moved was just insane. And that mist, appearing out of nowhere. The Soviets don't have tech like that.
If they did, Ocelot would have heard about it.
I doubt the West does either. Otherwise, the folks at Langley would be sleeping a lot easier.
Why'd they come after you?
Wish I knew. I'm the only one who survived. Though I don't think they planned it that way. If I was their target, they wouldn't have just handed me over to the 40th Army. Whatever the case, we need to watch our step until we know who they really are. And boss, if you ever do run into them again, don't try to take them on. You just get the hell out of there. When I first started dealing with Zero, with Cypher, it was a somewhat parasitic relationship. Though, a
Что,
mutually
можно мне
beneficial
как-то
one.
на базу, что ли,
Cypher
я
had
не
no
знаю?
army of their own, so they wanted us.
Типа,
They
ну
wanted
ты
our
чё?
strength. They approached me as a potential business partner.
But they had other motives.
Cypher coaxed us into Central America, into that US-Soviet proxy war, to fuel Mother Base's growth. Once we were big enough, they'd force us to join them. That was the plan.
That's why they had Paz, still Zeke.
Right. And if we refused, she would use Zeke to fire a nuke from Mother Base. The world would consider us a liability, and countries would unite to destroy us.
We stopped the launch.
And yet they still took us down. Through that fake inspection they orchestrated to cover up their sabotage. That power Cypher wanted. We don't have it anymore. So why are they still after you? Is it just the fear of leaving you alive?
I don't know. Was Zero really... All I know is the man I knew wouldn't want this.
What do you mean?
We have to consider that it might not be Zero we're dealing with.
We know virtually nothing about Cypher anymore. How big they've gotten, what they want, or even who they really are. The new Mother Base started out as a test drilling rig operated by a mineral resources supplier, but their project fell through. The Seychelles government was happy to hand the place over to us. It was just scrap on stilts. So with a few dummy construction companies set up as fronts, we started renovating the half-finished rig. From the outside, it looked like the project was back on rails.
Kaz, you...
What?
I see what you're doing. Recreating the Mother Base we had 9 years ago. Only this time.
That's right. The Mother Base Cypher thought they destroyed will return from the grave to kill them. We'll prove to the world that we were the victors.
And if we lose again?
They can't fool us the same way twice. Now our enemies are in plain sight. And when our organization gets too big, we split it across companies. Any company that draws attention gets liquidated, and its capital is back-channeled into a new company. Most PFs are small-time operations anyway. And in this business, the minnows go bankrupt all the time. We've never aroused suspicion. Plus, we have Hewick.
Hewick?
Human Exploitation Company. It's a business specializing in intel gathering. Think of it as a civilian intelligence agency.
Cause that's...
Remember what they were trying to accomplish at the prison facility in Cuba? That gave me the idea. We dispatch moles into conflict zones around the world, and each sets up an intel network on site. Then they stay in place to give us stable points of contact when other nations intervene in the conflicts. Hewick's strength is that it has a cutout at each level. You get your job from one guy, then you hand it off to another. No one has direct access. It's a perfect black box. Hewick members also work their way into the superpowers intelligence agencies to make sure Diamond Dogs gets work. We have those countries by the balls. That's our deterrent when we need it.
Networking? In the intelligence community?
Sure, that's how we've grown this far. And when you go out on missions, intel from Hewick will be there to back you up. But despite all that, Cypher has its eyes on us. The only reason I'm not dead is that they needed to know where you were. Figured if you woke up, I'd go straight to you.
That's why you made that ruckus at the Zero Line.
Yeah, to make their own surveillance work against them. I think it took some of the heat off Cyprus.
Kaz.
Then I just had to wait for you to save me. And I've gotten used to waiting.
Kaz.
That's not all. It was a good chance to scout the market. And with the West wanting the Soviets out of Afghanistan, their agencies are bursting at the seams with funding. Boss, let's start by building up our Afghan presence.
Why put Mother Base in the Seychelles?
We're at the center of the world here.
We're all the way out in the Indian Ocean.
Come on. Lebanon, Sri Lanka, East Timor, and Africa. From here, our reach extends to conflict zones the world over, including Afghanistan, of course.
So it's prime real estate for a mercenary.
Exactly. Latin America isn't as close as I'd like, but we have Amanda and her people to help in that department. And besides, the Seychelles government owes us a favor.
Owes us?
The Seychelles has strong ties to the east, which the West wanted to shake up. It came to a head 3 years ago in an attempted coup. It was a force of South African mercenaries with U.S. backing behind the scenes. They were only platoon size, but South Africa is home to some heavy PFs, too much for the Seychelles to handle. In the end, they accepted help from the Tanzanian army and quelled the coup. We set up the deal and handled on-site tactical instruction. That led to some training work for the Seychelles military. And when we put down a mutiny within their forces, well, we made a lot of people happy. They don't pay us. They just let us have a piece of their offshore territory on the promise we'll come running if something else happens.
So we're bodyguards, too.
It's a good setup. We can only take Mother Base so far here. We'll have to find somewhere else when this place starts getting big.
Aren't you being a little hasty?
Nothing hasty about it. You're back with us now.
So, Kaz, the ship that took us from Cyprus, it used to be a whaler.
Yeah, a Japanese vessel. How was the voyage?
It was... stimulating.
Well, she was part of a whaling fleet up until a few years ago. Her displacement isn't anything to write home about, but she can really move. She still had plenty of life left in her, but then the work dried up. Global opposition to whaling has been mounting for years.
Is that right?
The push to ban it has been gaining traction for a little over a decade. Individual species came under protection as the years went on. And then 2 years ago, the IWC adopted a moratorium on commercial whaling. Several countries, including Japan, fought it to the bitter end. But eventually, most whaling companies had no choice but to throw in the towel. You ever tried whale snake?
Can't say that I have.
When I was a kid in Japan, practically everybody ate it.
That good, huh?
The country was poor in those days, and whale was cheap. International opinions changed since then.
Дима, сработало, мне интересно. Я сколько не трудился, а ну что-то... Ну что-то как это работает? А вы чё? А как это так? Бля, издевается. Ну, ура! Сохранилось, это чё? Чё у нас?
Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Оглушающе. Интересно. Please specify a project. Please specify a project. Please specify a project.
И как это выбрать, блядь? Ну вы чё?
Please specify a project.
О, нихера себе, мне типа бусиков не хватает. Вот это круто.
Please specify a project. Please select a mission. Mission accepted.
Типа, вот. БМВ где? Коробка где? Ну в другом это. Интересно, а как шмотки выбрать? Я понял. О, это что? Дуэня.
Deploying.
Я так понимаю, вечер, да, 17:00, скорее всего.
Boss, the Soviet engineer is being held prisoner at the Wak Sin barracks. You need to find him and get him out. He tried to defect from the base camp up north, but it didn't work out. Now they're holding him at Wak Sin. He's offered his technical skills to us as long as we can guarantee his safety. You have to extract the target. Boss, your target just happens to be the man who developed your prosthetic hand. And he's the only one capable of maintaining it. If we bring him in, I'm sure he'll be able to modify it in all kinds of ways as well.
Mother base is not has been updated.
Be careful down there, boss.
Golden Crescent. It's a type of medicinal plant. We can use that to make tranquilizer rounds more potent.
Extraction arrived
That's
at
the
Mother
Wak Sin
base.
barracks. The target is somewhere inside that outpost. The Soviets consider him a traitor now, so he'll be treated like any other prisoner.
Yes.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Так, а меня здесь не было, или что тут? Я ж, по-моему, здесь был.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Ого! Не, вот это я не ожидал немножечко. Вот это не прикольно.
Копыта, Дмитрий-6! Замечен взрыв! Ущерб неизвестен! Прием! Это КП, понял. Всем подразделениям. У нас могут быть нарушители. Конец связи.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Не, ну в принципе можно снайперки попробовать убрать, конечно. Блядь, почему я не могу залезть туда, куда хочу я?
That wild dog pup. He's a tough little guy. Boss, this is no time to be playing with animals. What are you gonna do, boss?
Опа, смотри, какой маленький. Иди на базу.
КП, это Дмитрий-2. У нас стрелок. Противник где-то близко. Прием. Это КП, понял.
Roger that. We'll pick him up.
Держите ухо востро. Конец связи.
Так, я что-то не понял. Какого хера не включили? А, понял.
You have arrived at your destination.
Всем боевым группам, это КП. На нас напали. Все подразделения занять боевые позиции.
А их, оказывается, тут побольше будет. Какого хера она не должна сама разворачиваться?
КП-59, противник скрылся из виду. Начинаю поиск. Прием. Это КП, понял. Опустите каждый угол. Они где-то здесь. Конец связи. Штаб, это КП. По нам велся огонь.
Looks like the enemy's lost sight of you.
Мы потеряли
They're
врага.
gonna try to hunt you down.
Поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность. Штаб, это КП. Ответьте. Штаб, ответьте. Штаб,
Analysis complete.
это КП. Штаб, прием.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
А, бля, почему так? Я ж в другое место вообще целился. Чё это?
Какому? Врага! Вот тут!
Всем боевым группам, это КП.
Никто не пройдет!
А, короче, заебешь на. Где?
Пробивает!
Вот, посмотри, жучка.
КП, это вы один. Нужна помощь. Всем на штаб, это командир. Внешняя радиосвязь вышла из строя. Мы не можем вызвать подкрепление с Курильного постов. Окопайтесь и удержите бои.
Gotta extract him.
Конец связи. КП-1, потерял противника. Ищу последние точки соприкосновения. Прием.
Где ты еще, блядь, остался?
Понял. Обследуйте сектор.
Boss, you've entered a building. Always keep an escape route in mind when you head indoors. If you get surrounded, you'll have nowhere to run. He's coming too. Roger that.
КП-1, противник скрылся из виду. Начинаю поиск. Прием. Это КП, понял. Следи за ними.
That's the target.
Флага, конец связи. Штаб, это КП. По нам велся огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ. Но потеряли врага.
Great. If there's nothing in the way overhead, you should be able to Fulton him.
Штаб, это КП. Ответьте. Штаб, ответьте. Штаб. Стоп! Это кафе! Стоп! Прием!
Target extraction confirmed.
Has been
Your
located.
objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land. A dumpster. Looks big enough to hide somebody. You could stash a downed enemy in there, or hide in it yourself. Just don't stand too close to me afterward.
Чего там обыскиваться прям сказать? А, интересно. Надо будет антенку подбить.
You destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
Где?
Огонь! 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 Лучше потоплее! Огонь!
Это кафе! На нас напали! Всех подряд!
Да залезь. Бля, ты еще жив. Да все, я уже КПП, все зачистил, всю базу, блядь. Кому сирена еще? Ну, короче, отстаньте. Бля, нихера себе. Тебе не больно? Да, еще кто-то жив остался. Подсвечивай. О, что за лаги? Не понял.
Потерял визуальный контакт!
Что это такое?
Перемещаюсь к последней известной позиции! Прием! Это кафе, понял. Будьте начеку и найдите противника. Конец связи.
Что такое, блядь? Ай. Это как это? Играл и все, и наигрался, что ли? Ну и чё?
Кафе, это Зоя 10! Враг ушел!
странная херня
Это КП, понял.
бывает.
Они ремонтируются далеко.
Что-то с дисками или
Конец
что,
связи.
хер его знает.
Штаб, это КП. Понадобился огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ, но потеряли врага. Враг может все еще прятаться поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность. Штаб, это КП. Ответьте.
Marker placed.
Штаб, ответьте. Штаб, это КП. Штаб, прием. СО-1, это КП. Доложите ситуацию. Прием. Вы меня слышите? Прием.
Да что с тобой не так?
Всем боевым группам. Это КП.
Extraction
У нас проблема.
arrived at Mother
Прибор
Base.
подвижных постов. Штаб, это КП. Понадобился огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ, но потеряли врага. Враг может все еще
Exfiltrator
That's it.
off.
You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Ответьте! Штаб! Ответьте! Штаб!
Development project has been added.
Mission complete, boss. The engineer we rescued has been
Щи с
extremely
игрой, блядь.
cooperative.
Броня Кэти.
The guys on the R&D team are glad to have him aboard. Thing is, his specialty isn't mechanics, but something called bionics, engineering based on biology. He's already submitted a proposal for modifying your prosthetic arm. If you're interested, go ahead and give the development order.
Нихера себе эвакуировали.
Prolonged time in the field is bad for the body and mind. I think it's time you took a break. Do it for me. Come back to Mother Base ASAP.
Да я хотел бы вернуться. Как это, блядь, сделать? Да что с компом, блядь, случилось? Я что-то не могу понять. Нормально?
Come back! This is the dog you brought back. Bit of a troublemaker. Not sure about the breed, though. He'll get bigger? Uh-huh. Like this. You know, I can look after him.
О, он же ж весь в крови.
He's still a pup, so he
Just-
doesn't listen. I have a feeling someday he'll be useful. I suspect you discovered a real diamond in the rough. The little polish, I say we got a true diamond dog on our hands.
Ну, а чё с глазиком?
DD, right?
Симба,
Hostile at raising hounds.
земли, воды. Это твои.
Come on, Dee.
Ой, а у него зажигалка.
Boss, we received a back channel request from Langley. We're to find a piece of new American military hardware that's gone missing in the mountains of Afghanistan. It's a difficult mission, but I'd say you're back in top form by now. Check your iDroid for the details.
Так, что тут у нас?
Got time to train with me?
Что, ты хочешь потренироваться, что ли?
Where are your friends?
Boss, we don't have enough medicinal plants.
Только сказать не, блядь. Набирал бы где-то. А, чё нам тут? Чё? Куда нам вообще? Так, ну я думаю, короче, тогда... Пока что все, что-то комп начал подлагивать, нужно еще перезагрузиться. Ай. И пока контрольная точка. Так что на сегодня все. Всем спасибо, всем пока.